that is like $56 for that. So I know it's like $170.40 for the 18-inch ether foam pillow plus everything else. But the book and DVD is wonderful, and the bobbins are wonderful. So if you're able to or want to spend that much, and you really think you're going to enjoy this, so you're going to go ahead and invest in stuff rather than getting things to try out. Love that. Now, she's got other things in there that I'm not really going to talk about. Well, I'll talk about the wood pen vise, and I think it's got some blue pricking cards and a piece of contact paper. If you use that, the card and the contact paper she's using, you're going to need the vise to punch holes, pre-punch holes and everything. I would suggest, and what I'm asking you to do, is to get, and I don't know if I put it anywhere. I don't think I put it anywhere on the paper. Oh, I did. It's the second paragraph. Says you will need a pillow, at least 16 bobbins, thread, pin, embroidery scissors with the sharp, very, very sharp ends, in either light green or light blue cardstock that you can put through your printer, and clear contact paper. You can get both of those at Walmart, And when I get the pricking, the pattern to you, it'll be in a PDF, so it'll be the right size. You don't have to worry about resizing it. Print it on the cardstock, put the clear contact paper over it, and you will have your pattern that you're going to put onto your pillow. Okay? Any questions? I know that if you're ordering things, it's maybe hard to get things through the mail because it's Christmas. But if they don't have your Christmas presents yet, Holly is really good, wonderful to work with. I've only used Snow Goose once, and that was to get the little foam pillow that I just showed y'all. Sharon, do you have anything to add? By the way, you're kind of co-teaching this by default. Sorry,
Sharon, show your little fold-up thing if you have it handy.
Oh, and this is a roller pillow that she has in her hands now.
Okay, so right, Delphina was talking about roller pillows, and this is the one that an example of one where the piece is cut out, and then this is the roller part. And then it just sets inside. Just like that.
Yeah, and the pattern that you would use on that one would need to be a continuous pattern.
Correct. This one is designed for yardage. If you're going to do a lot of yardage. But what's really neat about this pillow, because I purchased this, I did not make it, is that it comes with its own carry bag. But what's really cool about the carry bag is that inside, the lady put pockets for you to put your thread and your tools in. So if you didn't want to have to carry a lot of stuff, you can put everything in this bag, and then you just close it up, and then you can carry it. It makes it nice when you're doing demonstrations or going to an event, because it doesn't take up a lot of room.
There's a pillow that I found online that I really want to get. It's not really that expensive, but I don't need another pillow.
Well, I know I have a whole bunch of pillows. I've got one I got from Belgium that's hollow
Oh, I love
inside. So it has, on both sides, it's got a cover that you turn and you put all your tools and threads in that. It's a pretty neat pillow. And I use it for decoration because it's a big pillow. I really don't want to carry it everywhere.
Well,
So what was-
the thing that I think makes, you know, as we've been saying hello to people's cats, that's honestly why I stopped doing lace, is cats. And to build in from the very beginning an idea that, how do I put this away? How do I stop and wrap it and contain it some way that I am not going to wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning to my cats howling their victory over the vicious
Yes,
thread bobbins,
yes.
you know,
Okay,
because it's, you know, the struggle is
Right.
real.
right. I have 2 kittens that we just got in June. So
Oh,
fortunately, I've been using a water bottle to keep them away from my stuff. It doesn't always work, but the other thing that I've done is I went to Walmart and I purchased really big napkins. And so I slide one of the napkins under my my bobbins, and I take and I fold it. And then I take the other napkin and I put it over the top of everything, including the lace, because I have one of my kittens likes to pull out my pins. Oh, oh yes, I caught her pulling my pins out, and it was like, oh, you just messed up my lace. Anyway, and then I just pin it all to the pillow,
mhm.
and then I just put it in my closet on a shelf so my cats can't get to it. Yes, you can use fabric.
A fat quarter. They're folded up,
Yeah.
and you can buy them in a set of different, but it's basically it's a half a yard or a quarter of a yard in square inches. Would be the same as a quarter of a yard all the way, but they are perfect. So I'm going to hem a whole bunch of them so that all of my pillows have a cover. And it's just a dust cover for me now. I don't have a cat that I have to worry about.
Yeah.
But I have done all sorts of things. I use ribbons on the bolster pillows. I would use ribbon and
Yeah.
pin it all the way down.
Yeah.
There are lots of different tools that you can use. This is a hard to see, it's a little small. I'm really close now. A bobbin holder. Basically, your elastic comes off underneath. I'm not doing a good job. I'll have to fix that. Just slide. Okay. And over. Over it. This one doesn't hold that well, but it's enough to keep the cats from oh, it's in the I'm sorry, I will think of the word in a minute. The message part, the
Chat, it's at the top of the chat. Scroll all the way up to the chat and you'll see the link to the notes.
hopefully it doesn't matter when you came in to do that. But I will see if I can put
I've
it
been here
in.
since the beginning, so it should be
Yeah.
there. Oh, so at the international organization, that has
Now,
the
do
link.
you do you see posted? Oops, excuse me. Do you see posted at 258 Delphina to everyone a virtual Bobbin Lace class? Do you see the notes there?
Nope, I'm
Okay.
sorry.
Hold
Okay,
on, I'll try to put it in again.
But thank you.
Okay,
there you go.
did that work?
I see
Looking,
it.
Yay. Okay,
Uh,
I forgot
Yes,
that-
thank you.
if you don't get the messages from before. So I should have put that in again after everybody gotten through it. I'm so sorry. I didn't
I'm-
understand what you were saying earlier, Brenda, and that's my fault. I'm sorry.
Well, I don't think it's you. I was here at 3 o'clock, but my chat doesn't start till 3:35, so.
My
Okay.
chat doesn't, anything new in it. It just has
It doesn't
Marie.
have
I just see Marie to everyone. I can't find a page where you're reading the list of materials. Did you just post something under that?
I did, yes.
Yes,
Yeah, that didn't show up for me. I don't know why.
I see it.
Was it sent to everyone?
Yes, that was what I was just double checking. Let's try it again then.
Okay.
You can also download it from the Facebook page as well, which is where I got it.
Okay,
Okay, thank you.
thank you. Please, if I don't answer the right question, say it again, interrupt me, it's okay. But securing the bobbins,
Yeah,
like I said, this is quick and easy. The ribbon I would have stretched the ribbon across it before I got these and put a pin every so often. The pin, that messes up your pattern because you're putting pins through it. But I made sure that I didn't put it through any of where the lace was. I just put it like on either side. I used a pin. I'm trying to think if there's, I know I said put it in for 2 hours. I just did an amount. I wanted to make sure that I could help you find the stuff you need. And I should have, let's see if I can do this one. Copy this. And then I want to put it in the chat. Yay. Then I need to send it. How do I send it? Yeah. That is the IOLI. And it's a great way to see, especially if you're in one of the larger cities, like Dallas has a good lace guild, Austin does, and so does San Antonio. Houston's is amazing ladies, but I think there's only like 5 or 6 people in that one. And it was all the way over. I was in Pasadena, which is on the Gulf side of Houston, and the lace meeting was all the way over to the Katy side. So for me to go to a meeting on Monday night would have been an hour and a half with traffic. So I never went. So, but they were lovely ladies I met later on. Y'all have any, are you still excited about it? Y'all still want to make lace? Good.
so here's another way to secure your bobbins. It's just a crochet piece. And then you just slide your bobbin into the hole.
Mm-hmm.
And then you just pin it to your pillow. And it holds them quite well. And it depends upon how many bobbins you have. You may have to use more than one. Now, another tool I have is, this is for keeping unused bobbins. And it's basically just two pieces of cloth sewn together. And then you make these little pockets, put your bobbins in, and then you just roll it up. Yes, that works just as well.
And then these are the same continental bay, but they're ebony. So they're kind of.
Yep.
And I have a whole nother bag of the square. And then I have, this is some more of the bayou and the, palm wood, rosewood, and ebony. And I just joined a gentleman in England's Bobbin of the Month Club.
Oh,
He pan paints different things. One of them is fairy tales. I'm going to get that set. They'll send me one a month. And then the other one is the 12 Days of Christmas. I'll get one of those a month. And then he does unique bobbins for each Christmas. So I've ordered 2020 and 2021 because I thought, I deserve that.
absolutely. So
My-
this is.
My
Mhm.
pretty bobbins came from going to a craft fair in England and up in
Oh.
Yorkshire, and it was the lady's husband got into wood turning, and he got to the point where he's just like, everyone I know has pens and they don't want to see me coming with pens anymore. And she's like, well, honey, I've been thinking of getting into Bobbin Lace. And she was a collector of beads.
Oh,
And so she
how
had buckets and
wonderful.
buckets of beads that she's like, what am I ever going to do with all these beads? Well, the husband turned the spindles and made the bobbins, and then she went through and color matched beads and put together little groups of beads. So between the two of them, it was a creative hobby for both of them.
Oh,
Oh, how
lovely.
wonderful. There's a couple here in the United States that do that too. I can't think of their name though.
Is it Van Deeren?
Van Deeren, thank you.
Uh-huh.
And here is paste. Sure. It didn't enter. It did enter. Yay. That's the bobbin gentleman who makes the different beautiful bobbins. And it was a custom that anything that was anything that happened, especially like with the royalty, they would have a commemorative
Yeah.
bobbin. And he made some for the when the prince passed away. Sorry, again, my brain is
Prince
not working.
Oh, Philip?
Philip, yes. And I'm trying to find it. He did two different bobbins for that. And then he's done bobbins for Her Majesty's, the weddings. He's got one for women, votes for women, Prince Louis' birth, the platinum wedding anniversary, the 100th anniversary of the Battle of Passchendaele. I mean, it's just. He's got quite a lot in that category. And I apologize to your budget right now, because this is something that can eat away. I mean, these
So
one
how
bobbin.
often are we going to be?
Go ahead. Oh, that's something I wanted to ask. How often do y'all want to meet?
I think
Like-
we're going to need time to get supplies or.
Yeah, I was thinking maybe
Plus, we're going to need time to have Christmas. I don't
Yeah,
know about
it'd be
you.
January's when I would.
Yeah.
Yeah.
January was the thought, maybe the last Sunday and Tuesday. That'll
Yeah.
give you a month. And but we can talk about it on the Lace page. That's why I decided to just have everybody, if you want to be part of this, come and join it. It doesn't matter if you're interested in joining the SCA or not. It doesn't matter if you're interested in joining the IOLI. It doesn't matter. Making lace is great. everybody should do it at least once. And again, there are lots of tools you'll find on the different web pages, and I have them, and some of them I don't use. I don't use a pricker. I don't go in and pre-prick the pattern. I use the cardstock that goes through my printer, and that's thin enough that I don't need to make a hole in it. The cardstock or the card pattern cards, the pricking cards that you can get for lace making is much thicker. It's like three cardstock thick or more. You have to pre-prick those to get the pin won't go through.
Is the contact paper just to keep the holes from wearing out? Is that why you put it on?
And to keep the ink from your threads.
Right,
Okay.
keep your threads clean.
Okay.
Yeah, and the cardstock patterns, the pricking card, if you use those as your pricking cards, your pattern, you're probably gonna have to replace it after you use it several times. But if the holes get really big and wobbly, just print another one, put more contact paper over it, and you're off to go. Trying to think what other tools. Oh, you are going to want divider pins.
Ah, yes.
I don't know where my good divider pins are either. Oh, I need to find those. It's a corsage pin,
Okay.
the longest you can find. It doesn't matter the top on it. I don't know where but just as you can find them in the bridal section usually. I don't know if Walmart has them. You want several, you want a package. You don't need like 1,000 of them, but there are a lot of people who make, they're called divider pins, and they are, I got some, they're so pretty, but I don't know where I put the box now. I put it away probably, but I don't know where I put it.
Those really long quilting pins, you know, the ones with the yellow plastic head usually. Those are pretty cheap and work as well in a pinch. So
yeah, this one is 1.5 inches long. They maybe about, and they work. The quilter pins are shorter, and the dressmaker pins are even shorter. So this one is really too short. If I can get this up so you see the difference. The dressmaker, with pins. See, if I talk long enough, I remember everything I need to say. Do not get the glass or plastic headed pins to work your lace with. You want just the plain steel pin head, because it won't matter on this pattern because the pins are far enough apart. But when you get tighter and tighter or finer and finer lace, you're going to have to put the pins closer and closer together, and that pin head, the glass pin head or plastic one, is going to get in the way. So you're going to get pins. If you already have pins that don't have the glass heads for sewing, just use those. We're not going to need a lot, because once you finished one part, you can pick from that and go up. Yes, flat pin head pins. Thank you. There are pushers and lifters for pins. I don't use those. I have them. But
Yeah, I use them. This is one that I have. So this part pulls out the pin because I push my pins all the way down. And this is for pulling. There we go, on this side. And then This side is for pushing. It saves my fingers.
Mhm.
Yeah, after a
Yeah, I
while
take it
pushing.
back when I'm gonna have
Yeah.
to use it to get these pins out for the
Yeah.
lace the edging,
Okay.
because you have to leave it pinned out all the way through.
Yeah.
So you use a lot more pins, and so you would need to push them all the way down.
Yeah.
This is something, again, you will not need it right now.
You don't need it right now.
Just found out, I just used one of these. I didn't just find out. I knew that it existed before. Let's see if I can get it where you can maybe see this. This is a piece of plastic film that I just had a big piece of plastic. I don't remember what I was going to do with it, but I still had it. So, and I've cut out a circle right here. I get it too.
Yeah.
And I have put my bobbins through it, so everything over here is protected. Actually, it's
Yeah.
pushed down, and it protects your bobbins as well. I think I seem to get things on the other side. I know you can see me, you can't see me here, but when your bobbins hang, they're going to hang low enough that
Yeah.
other side of the handkerchief is gonna have, we'll have the pin sticking up just enough for your bobbin. You can do it long enough. So people have made them out of cloth, and I just happened to see someone with a plastic one. I've got some plastic like that. But
Yep.
again, it's not something you're going to need right now, but it's something that is going to be cool later on. And you could use a track quarter and
Mhm.
2 of them together, sew the circle, press the circle, stitch it around, and then finish off the edge. You could put lace on the edge, whatever. I'm being a little silly now. So y'all like Sundays. The next one I want to do for the Sunday meeting is going to be in conjecture with the Rosenfeld A&S populace. They do their A&S meeting at 3, and I'm going to teach a class on bobbin lace. So some people are just going to have to watch while we wind bobbins and having a thought. I don't know if you'll have bobbins by then, but I do want to show you how to wind a bobbin before the 23rd of January. So you could come with bobbins wound if you have. So could we go on the 9th, maybe? I just love that picture of you. Hey, Martha. The cat's face is wonderful. We'll talk about it on the Facebook page if we want to do how to wind a bobbin, because yes, it does matter. It's not hard, but depending on the type of thread you get, you're going to have to set it up. So linen has to go from the cylinder of linen. It's usually
So you're saying we might meet on the 9th to wind bobbins, and then our actual class will be on the 23rd?
maybe. I don't know if that's going to be, I don't know. What do y'all think?
Yeah, that's fine for me.
Yeah, that's fine for me too.
Okay. But like this, you can't see it. I'll get on my iPad next time as well. But the thread is coming off the spool this way, and it needs to go on to the bobbin the way it's coming off. Anyway, now cotton, it doesn't matter as much. And so if you're going to use a lot of cotton, one of the things that I don't feel like crawling over and getting it, but a good friend of mine gave me, and it's just a piece of wood with a little dowel. And then you can take and put the cotton ball on top of the dowel, and it just pulls off.
Mm-hmm.
And that's fine for cotton. That won't hurt it. But that would hurt if you put the spool of linen like this and pulled it, it would not work for you well. It might work, but you would have a lot of problems you don't have to have.
Mm-hmm.
That's the big thing. And we can just sit around talking wine bobbins if you want on the night.
This is what I use for my linen thread. You know, it's pretty cool. Let's see, can I get it to come out? Yeah. And then you put your linen thread on, and then, oops, go like that, comes down, locks in place, and then you can just sit there and wind all day.
I'm not high tech. Have it in the pouch, make sure it's going the right way, and then I kind of sit it on my stomach.
Yeah.
And I wind it.
I have a question though.
Yes, Catherine.
Well, when you do pairs of bobbins, they are on the same thread. So one of them
Yes.
is not going to be the direction coming off the spool. Or am I
But
smoking
if
crack?
no, you're not. When you have a second, you're going to wind a second bobbin. Looking for a second bobbin here real quick. Any bobbin will do. My brain's not working now. I'm so sorry. Because you're going to put all the threads you want on one bobbin. And then you let it hang. And then do your second bobbin with it. And I don't know why that doesn't bother the thread that much, but it doesn't seem to. I do not have an answer for you. It could be that this is heavy enough that it's keeping the fibers in the linen in the right places, because you're not just pulling it off of the end of the thread of the spool like you would if it was on a stick holding it up. This is actually a little bit of tension there. That's the only thing I can think of, Catherine.
And I seem to remember that somehow or another that the bobbins are wound in opposition to each other. So you're actually, like one is, if you have one in one hand and one in the other, they're rolled towards the middle, let's say. So that they're both going the same way, or opposite ways rather, so that one is getting the twist one way and then the other one is getting the twist the same way because you're rolling it in the opposite direction. Does that make sense?
Yes, I'm trying to see if this, I gotta look at it real quick. Give me a second. Take that knot out. Yes. So it's because it's coming off of this bobbin going toward y'all, but it's going on to this bobbin toward me. It's going around the bobbin toward me, but it's coming off toward you. So yes. Okay. And I guess I learned that way, but I don't remember, and it's just the way I do it now. So I had to stop and think, yes, you're right. That's what you're doing. But I promise to help you not have to worry about it.
I've had classes in this, but it's been at least 20 years ago with Mistress Rondinella. So, you know, I'm like digging things out of my own brain here. trying to
Good, keep digging. And I will try to answer, but, oh, come on, really? My slip knot is the best slip knot in the whole world. It won't slip anyway. Come on. Linen's like that.
Mhm.
Cotton is more slippery. It'll let you just slide and go. Linen will lock in, and if you lock it in the right place, it's awesome. If you don't, it's going to be hard to get it out. Bye, Teresa. Thank you. I'm kind of basically I'm just talking now. So, and I will definitely post when the next class will be.
Yeah, I've got to go too.
Okay. Yeah, we've been here an hour and a half, so I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording. I hope it helps everybody.